You can salute however you want to. It's just a running bit to talk about stolen valor on here. I don't know why. Yeah.
So this.
All right, we're recording again.
Do it, 2 of them. Yeah.
And your feet, like get them up by your chin and just like starfish it.
Yeah.
Couldn't.
All right.
With this.
Everybody, get your audacities back up.
Feeling audacious today.
Nice. Everyone ready?
So ready, dude.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, play.
That was good.
So he's sweating white milk.
Yeah.
That's where we left off. And strangling Ripley, but also grasping Parker so firmly as he's trying to get him off of Ripley.
Oh, God, they were fighting when we left off?
Yeah.
Damn.
It was right in the middle of the sweating.
Also, this was one scene that was like very rapey. Very sexual, like wrapping up the newspaper and like putting it in her mouth.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, why that way?
In a room that was filled with like pornographic magazines and posters.
Dude. It was whack. And I was like, what is up with this asexual cyborg guy?
Presumably.
One, maybe they are different now. But yeah.
Built different.
Built with the penis. For sure.
But so
the new Siri.
Eventually they like decapitate Ash.
Yeah.
And he's a robot.
Ash with an E.
He's a robot.
So everyone knows.
And he was sent to strictly obey the secret orders. And so they're like, well, we're gonna get out of here now that he's gone. Like, let's actually get off and keep our lives safe. So Ripley's getting supplies ready for an escape pod, while Lambert and Parker get ready with some canisters to create maybe either more supplies or to get some sort of explosion going. I wasn't sure their complete task, but Lambert made so much noise the whole time, just throwing cans around.
Dude, yeah. And then she's like, how did he find us? And you're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, you were screaming, alien, come get me.
Yeah.
And Ripley was like doing normal stuff, and then she goes on a mission to save Jonesy after she hears him meow too. Good jump scare here.
Character trait, yeah.
Save the animals.
Yeah.
Good jump scare here.
And abandons him a minute later.
She does get him in a crate to get him out of there, and the alien comes right up behind Lambert, and she is just so inept that she can't just step out of the way for Parker to fire his flamethrower at it, and he ends up killing both of them. He might have raped Lambert. You could see its like tail grasp her leg and move up her thigh.
Oh.
It was kind of just that's creepy, fair. And then I think she just
because I think it's the illusion, it's the symbolism.
Yes,
but I don't think that
illusion with an A.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I see. I thought that was what you meant.
But Ripley comes running as she's hearing screaming over like her radios and just through the halls of the ship. They're screaming bloody murder in there. She gets there, they're dead, and so she's all alone with this creature in this ship. So she starts the self-destruct sequence and is looking for the creature. She goes into the ducts and ends up finding the bodies of like Brett and Dallas in there. Brett seems to be fully dead, like his eyeball fell out and dissolved at this point. But Dallas was still alive, like moaning, "Kill me."
That's
so right. She lights his ass up with a flamethrower and
no questions
decides to try and go to the shuttle, but the alien is blocking the way. A lot of strobing lights. You hear the countdowns going on.
I watched this at night. Oh my gosh, my eyes were hurting so bad that I had to turn on a light nearby to like, off balance it. Also, we forgot the part where she brings Ash back. They like wire his like head.
Oh yeah, they do hardwire him to get a little more information,
and then just nuke his face off, which I thought
was very cool.
So cool.
I was glad we watched it in the basement and turned off all the lights, really, and not just left like a light on because it
was nice. This is speaking of the hardwiring and bringing him back when he's like on the table. This is the only like cut in the movie I didn't really like Like the rest of the movie was masterful, the sound design and everything. But there was one cut in here where they're looking at him, like the robot, and you can see it's like the plaster mold of Ash's head. And then it's a cut, it's a little bit askew, and you can tell it's like his head poking through a table so he can actually talk and everything. I thought they could have like cut away to somebody's face and then back to him, so it wasn't just like so jarring.
The cut in was better than the cut away when they like start melting his face off.
Interesting.
Where like him waking up, you're like, oh whoa, like that was kind of like I wasn't expecting that. And then they like smack his head or something, and it like switches to the fake face, and you're like,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
weird. but yeah, she's trying to get there, but the alien's in the way, and she uses Jonesy basically as a trap for the alien to take while she goes to shut off the automatic detonation. It gave her 10 minutes before you cannot shut it off, and this countdown was a nice touch just overhead. Adds tension, kind of like a big action thing, but unlike a normal action movie, she does not get there in time. Very close, but it's like, we're going to blow up. And she's like...
There's two separate timers going on. There's the one where it's like, you can't reverse it after this certain point, and then at the very end, it's like, it's when it's actually blowing up, and she misses them both, right? Or she misses the first one.
She misses the first one, so it's going to blow up no matter what. She can't override it. Mother's not going to let her. So she heads back to the shuttle to see Jonesy still there, but the alien's not anywhere near. So she takes him with her into the shuttle. She gets in, and they take off as the destination is counting down with like less than a minute. The explosion was huge because it basically like knocks Ripley out, and it showed it over and over again.
Looking too.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like, and in her head, it's like the climax and the conclusion of the movie, which we kind of think too at the point. So it's like very beautiful destruction, total oblivion. It's really cool.
And
she wakes up.
I love the fact that she starts the countdown and then is like, actually, wait, do I want to do this? You know, and like has to make the run back and misses it and goes, I have to. And
I guess I'll leave.
I think that's like total, like a great character moment where they always have to be like so heroic, you know? But she's like, I got this plan. This is what I'm going to do. And then she's like, wait, am I actually going to blow up? Oh, frick. Well,
I don't want to do that.
I can take it on a different way, right? Like I can do it differently. And then she's like, no, I made the plan. I have to do it. And I think it's so sick. So good.
But yeah, so she gets out of there, tucks Jonesy into one of the hyperspace pods, now safe on their way home. Her underwear were way too small as she's getting ready. And as she's shutting things down to go into hypersleep, the alien's arm pops out and it's on this escape shuttle with her. But it's very sluggish and sleepy, kind of unaware that Ripley is on the ship.
This was the other part I laughed at in the movie because she like sees him and he's just like kind of like laying there sideways, like stuck in the side, like on a bunk bed kind of, and then he kind of rolls out of bed.
Yeah, he's leaning on his arm.
Yeah, it's like, did he eat so much and he's just having like a post nap kind of post Thanksgiving kind of a deal?
too much
tryptophan.
Yeah, my 3 hours of being alive, I've eaten so many people today. Let's chill out.
I need to lie down.
Also funny that when it's Ash, Lambert, what's the other guy's name?
Dallas,
Parker,
Kane, Brett.
They talk about just taking the escape pod and getting off. You know? And then Parker. Ash dies. And they don't go, oh, there's enough room now.
There's 3 of them. Yeah, we could do it.
Because with 4, they were like, oh, there's not enough room. And then there's 3, and they're like, let's get this thing. And you're like, you could have there's plenty of room in there.
Yeah.
At least when she gets in there. Anyway.
Yeah.
They looked big enough you could fit all 7 of them if it came down to it.
Yeah,
it was big enough
on the
that
ground.
You could.
It must just be a fuel issue that you wouldn't have enough.
Or there were only enough
hyper
sleep chambers for 3 of them. But like one of them could have just stayed up. You know, take turns
for 10 months alone with no food.
Take turns going into hypersleep.
Nah, one of you'd be a skeleton by the end of
it. Oh yeah, I guess no food. You're right.
Yeah.
Shit. Well,
wish they were all dead.
Ripley suits up.
Am I right?
Straps into one of the seats, and she fills the pod with concentrated air, pressurizing it. And this causes the alien to sort of freak out as it As it nears her, she blows the airlock.
Bang.
The alien grabbed the fucking door of the airlock, holding on for dear life, but she harpooned its ass too.
It's like a grappling gun she shot at it.
Yeah, he goes flying out the door, but connected to the rope from the harpoon or whatever it is, trying to climb into the air vents through like the fucking throttle of the ship.
Now he's like floating behind like it's an inner tube on a boat.
Yeah. So she turns on the thrusters, burns it alive, and sends it into space. And she is safe now, sends a message back to Earth, and goes to hypersleep. And that was the end of Alien. I did have a note here right at the end that Amazon, when I bought it on Amazon, recommended next to watch. It's like, if you liked Alien, you would love Billy Madison. I was like, what?
Wow. That's a feature. That's a double feature for sure.
Similar genres.
I read also that Ridley Scott wanted Ripley to die at the end. That he wanted, like, right when she's like in the chair and it's like nearing her,
coming right over her shoulder.
Yeah, that she turns around and it kills her right there. And everybody was like, that's the stupidest idea I've ever heard. Like, just do it the way we wanted to do it. And he was like, but it'd be really cool. And then, like, once they're in the editing bay, he was like, no, they were right. Like, that was definitely a better way to end it.
Yeah. But
what a collaborative medium.
Is gonna end Alien this week, which means we can get
no more Space Month.
No more Space Month. No more space sluts. Oh, I don't have the horn up. God damn it! Make the noise.
It goes ascending. Yeah. That's good.
But with that, we can get into some quers.
I sound like Yoshi.
Commonly known as quotes, quatings, quirviews, and quecommendations. We'll take a quick little pausey.
And one more pause for the fans.
And then we'll be right back.
For the fans.
One pause more. Yeah, we're not pausing again. That's too much silence. Quotes that we took down. How many quotes do we have?
I've got 7.
I think I've got like 2.
Not the most dialogue heavy movie.
I've got 11, but 4 of them are from Seth, so I've got 7, I believe.
I have 5, and Brandon made me take one of his.
Yeah.
I have a Brandon quote.
So, Aaron, just do your 2 quotes since you're our guest today.
Okay. So, I mean, to be frank, I was
good one.
Yeah, I was not the best note taker here. But Ripley says, micro changes in air density, my ass.
Damn.
That was one of Seth's.
Oh, sorry, man.
It was one of mine, too, that I took away because Seth's like, I'm going to take that.
Yeah, it's good. And then when talking about the because we made a It's Always Sunny joke earlier. She calls Mother, you bitch. When
I should have taken that.
We're actually going to destruct, and she's like, no!
Come on, I gave you your coolant back.
Yeah, I hated you this whole time. Now you're going to blow me up.
Let's do our halves. Seth, you can start with 2. Yeah, you.
Couldn't be.
Then who?
Man, that was my first quote too.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm the guest here. I do what they tell me to.
And you should.
And whatever the fuck he wants, too.
You should steal and pilfer from us.
Steal the Declaration of Independence.
Especially pilfer.
I love pilfering.
Which is just stealing, but like
pilfer, I hardly know her.
You're doing the creepy stance while you do it.
Yeah. This is me pilfering. Tune in to whatever timestamp this
Video
is.
number 2 at 14:26 to see Seth's pilfering stance.
There you go. But my first quote, I suppose, is who is this? Oh, it's Brett looking for the cat, and he's wandering off on his own. He's going, here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Enough of that kitty crap. Jones! I don't remember who said this, but the little alien runs off and they're like going to look for it, I think, whatever they're doing. And one of them just goes, "It's Kane's son."
Oh,
no, it's not.
I have the whole thing here because it's
kinda. I guess it was. It's an allegory for
Dallas is like, all right, there's only one big opening along the way. We can cover that up, and then we drive it in the airlock and zap it into outer space. And Parker's like, how? That son of a bitch is huge. I mean, like, it's big. And then Ash just goes, Kane's son.
I laughed really hard at that part. And the sleepy alien.
Lucas, you're up.
So sleepy.
I'm sorry, I was doing pizza stuff.
Pizza stuff.
He doesn't
I'll do
want
4 quotes, I think. So my first one is from
peppers.
Ripley. And she's talking to the guys, and they're like, come on, we need a full share. And pretty honestly, she goes, oh, you'll get what's coming to you. Don't worry.
No, yeah.
Nice.
Talking about them dying probably later. A little
hard.
Foreshadowing.
All the steam in her face.
This one is from when they're dissecting the alien. They're looking at it when he's in the room, and the mechanic, the black guy, constantly just goes, "How come you guys just don't freeze it? What the hell? Just freeze it. Come on."
Would have been great.
He said it like 5 times.
Voice of reason the entire time.
And then after it spits acid, all the way down the hull of the ship. And they poke it with a pen, and its pen starts smoking. They figure it all out. He's like, "All right, here's your pen back." I'm like, I don't want this.
That's right.
I don't remember that. It's funny.
And then my last one for now is again from the black mechanic later on, when I think it's when like it's a dead carcass or whatever in there, and the guy goes, "You know what I think is we should do is just freeze him." Keeps bringing it up, yeah. And that's it for me for now.
Woo! All right, let's see what I got.
Good quotes.
I got like a lot of
yeah.
I've got like a lot of like actual like profound quotes, except for the Kane's son and the which one did Aaron say that you also had? Density, change in air density, my ass.
Yeah, go ahead. I just thought it was before she even said that. I thought it was really funny that he had the radar thing he built out of nowhere. I'm like, how does it work? And detects the micro changes in air density, and everyone's like, okay, sure.
Micro changes in air density.
And then like anytime another creature was in there, like nothing happened, and you're like,
exactly.
All right, this worked great.
The sound of that radar thing was really cool, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's a sound that I like associated with Alien before ever watching the movie. Was the noise of that thing.
My first quote here is Ripley talking to Ash. She's like, Ash, that transmission, Mother deciphered part of it. It doesn't look like an SOS. He's like, well, what is it? She's like, apparently it's a warning. I'm going to go out after them. And he goes, what's the point? I mean, by the end, the time you take you to get there, you'll know if it's a warning or not. Yes. And I'm like,
kind of cringe, doctor, scientist.
This is Kane in the pit, and he just goes, the pit is completely enclosed, and it's full of leathery objects like eggs or something. I'm like, eggs is not the first thing I think of when I think of leather, but okay.
Right.
Like a boot store.
Yeah.
Creme brulee.
Yeah. This actually was like pretty good, and then Brett just fucks the whole thing up. It's when Dallas comes back to, or when Kane comes back to, he's like, you remember anything about the planet? He's just shaking his head, and Ripley's like, what's the last thing you remember? He's like, I remember some horrible dream about smothering. I don't know. Anyway, where are we? She's like, we're right here. Ripley's like, we're on our way home. And Brett's like, yeah, back to the old freezerinos. I was like, what?
So good.
This just came out of nowhere. And my penultimate for now, Ash talking to Lambert after they find out. These are kind of back-to-back ones, but... Or no, there's a little... Oh, no, they are around the same time. He says, you still don't know what you're dealing with, do you? The perfect organism, its structural perfection is matched only by its hostility. And Lambert goes, you admire it. And he goes, I admire its purity. A survivor. Unclouded by conscience, remorse, and delusions of morality. And I was like, oh, god damn. I know you're a robot, but...
I'm a survivor.
No.
That's what he said.
I need a hero. And my last one is also Ash, right as they were about to like decapitate him again. I can't lie to you about your chances, but you have my sympathies. I was like, a robot can give sympathies?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty metal.
They film with milk.
Yeah, that's
where empathy comes from, is calcium.
Yeah. Seth, finish yours off.
Who knew? Me. Oh, man. I don't know if you said this in the long-winded speech that Ash gave. But he's talking about the organism. He said its structural perfection is matched only by its hostility. That was part of it?
Yeah.
Okay. I was not listening.
So good, though. So poetic.
So I guess just Brandon's quote. Now this is sleeping pod racing.
Now this is sleeping pod racing.
Now this is pod racing.
With an inflection that might shock you.
Lucas, finish yours off.
I only have one after all that. But my others got pilfered.
Nice.
So this is my last one here.
That's what Michael Jackson's doing in the Thriller music video. And it's a pilfer.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
So it's they're devising the last plan here. They're thinking about it and like, are we gonna go burn it? Are we gonna like shoot ourselves off into space? And they finally decide they're gonna go like burn it and catch him off. And then the black mechanic guy goes, well, if it means killing it, it's acceptable to me. And then Ridley goes, obviously it means killing it. Come on.
He has a name, Lucas. Not just black mechanic.
I don't know what it is.
Black scientist.
No, it's not.
It's
Parker.
Parker.
I hardly know her.
Nice. I'm gonna do my 4 Seth ones, and then my last quote.
Which is himself.
Seth, the instant Jonesy the cat appears on screen, he goes, "Whoa, cat alert! Don't tell Caesar or he'll eat your TV."
I didn't say that.
You did.
No, I didn't say that.
I wrote it all down verbatim.
No, I didn't say don't tell Caesar or he'll eat your TV.
You did.
I did say don't tell Caesar though.
You did say that.
No.
It's crazy. As the egg opens, showing what's inside the very first time, Seth just, as he looks into it and sees this flesh, Seth just goes, "Well, that's me."
I didn't say that.
It's your son.
You did say that earlier. You were a slimy boy. So.
I've said it's me several times too.
Yeah. So
I probably did say
this
it.
is when Penis Monster pops out of his chest for the first time, and Jess just goes, "Look at that little underbite, mean mugging everybody."
Yeah. It was getting them too. They were intimidated.
And then a recurring quote that Seth said 8 times during the movie. What is this? Star Wars? Like you couldn't think of another sci-fi film to relate to.
That was a running bit for you specifically.
Yeah, I
You're gonna
know.
have to share it with everybody.
Well, it's out there now.
It was anytime it was like a outside shot of the ship taking off or one of the shuttles.
The beginning of it, they do the long pan of the outside of the ship, and I was like, "That's Star Wars. This is Star Wars."
Well, now 30
that was
to
my
60,
first infraction. Actually.
Now
I think they're in
30 to 60
conversation
people
with each
will
other.
know.
Oh,
Yeah, I would say so. They talk.
And,
Pillow talk a little bit between Alien and Star Wars.
Yeah. And my last quote is just this badass quote from Ripley to end the movie. Final report of the commercial starship Nostromo. 3rd officer reporting. The other members of the crew, Kane, Lambert, Parker, Brett, Ash, and Captain Dallas are dead. Cargo and ship destroyed. I should reach the frontier in about 6 weeks. With a little luck, the network will pick me up. This is Ripley, last survivor of the Nostromo, signing off.
Dead.
And I was like, oh my God.
I don't believe her in the next one.
That's true.
Yeah, and then she does that backwards basketball shot she got on the first take.
Wow.
She's a monster.
Yeah.
A monster.
Monster producer.
So that is going to end quotes. We're going into ratings. You started the last one, which means, Lucas, we are kicking you off.
Which means we're going into ravings.
Rotten Tomatoes tomato meter, critics percentage. What do you think critics on Tomato Meter gave this?
96.
Okay. Aaron?
92.
Seth?
94.
One of you guys is so close.
And it's Lucas.
The winner today is Lucas.
Yeah.
It's a 98.
Fuck.
Dang.
You did.
Just eat it.
Aaron, we're gonna kick you off. Tomato Meter audience score. What are people giving this? This is also a percentage.
Yeah. I'll give it the same, 98.
Nice.
Seth?
Got my finger on the people. 96.
The clitoris. Okay.
Yeah.
Lucas?
95.
One of you guys is so close.
It's Lucas again.
It's Lucas. It's a 94.
Because he's a
This
bad
guy
person.
is dialed in.
He is up 3-2-1.
He prices wronged me.
Starting with Seth.
Ooh.
IMDb Metascore out of 10. This is critics.
This has to be, no joke, call it now. This is an 8.9.
Okay. Excuse me.
He died.
Lucas.
8.8, Brandon.
I hate him.
Aaron.
I hate him. Tell him I hate him.
9.0.
This sucks. I hope I got it right then. I hope I was right.
Nobody is correct.
That sucks. I lose.
The winner today is Lucas.
Yeah.
It's an 8.5.
Unbelievable.
Eat it.
Eat it.
He cheated.
And last with Aaron.
Yeah.
Out of 100 audience score on IMDb.
Who's going?
Dad?
Aaron.
All right. 9.2.
Yeah, he did it.
It's
out of 100.
He did that out of 10, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Whoopsies.
92, you mean?
Yeah,
Seth?
92.
Oh, man. 8.8.
88. Okay.
Yep.
Give me the 8.7, Brandon.
Fuck.
One of you guys is so
You can't keep letting him get away with this.
The winner is Seth. It's an 89.
Wow.
The winner today of the game is Lucas. He won 4-3-1. That means Aaron and Seth, you must kill yourselves.
No. He kills me and then kills himself.
No. Let's pick a time and place. We'll just do like the hug thing and put the gun to one side and
the hug thing.
Where you like
where you each hug, but you're holding a gun.
Both your heads are aligned,
and it goes through.
Hopefully.
Both of them. Yeah.
That's
need a high caliber.
Yeah, absolutely.
My skull's pretty dense. You've got like a shotgun.
Way out there.
You couldn't even hug. See on the other side, old friend. You both loaded 12 gauges.
Old sport.
Yeah. What a stupid way to die.
That's Great Gatsby's ending. Duh.
Or one of you dies and one of you goes blind from the shrapnel.
Yeah.
Dumb way to go.
Okay, so that is ratings. That means critics 85 and 98 for a 92.5.
Mm-hmm.
While audiences gave it an 89 and a 94 for a 92.5.
I think it's 91.
Whoa. It is 91 and then 92.5.
Yeah.
Seth, what are you giving it?
Like an 8.8 probably.
8.8.
Yeah.
Reasoning?
Nah, not today.
Okay. Lucas?
Carmine gave it an 8.6. We got back on that one.
Okay,
I'm going to give this a 9.8. I'm going to go with the critics to say. I'm leaving a smidge of a room for aliens. But I think this is totemic. It's iconic. It's so colorful. It's so creative. It's a masterpiece.
Because you do think Aliens is just a touch better film?
I think so, yeah.
Is Aliens a 9.9 or a 10 then?
Probably a 9.9.
Okay,
I don't do
Aaron?
10s, Brandon.
He loves totemic lately.
I'll say 9.5. I think Aliens just so solid. Truly, yeah, like there's just tiny things for me, just being like weird editing. Some of the pacing, while it is like really tight, I think there's some parts that could have been sped up, or like some things could have happened faster. And that's just like, if it was a perfect movie, like that would be all it took. It's like literally just a couple edits, and
good score.
I'm a touch below you. I'm a 9.4. I will echo your pacing. I can understand how some people might find this boring, but the suspense of it keeps you tied into it.
Dude, it's so suspenseful
through and through the whole time. And it's like, oh, the alien and the full-grown alien doesn't appear until the last quarter of the film. That's that great build up to it. there are just a couple like minor tweaks where you might be like, oh, why would they do that? Or like minor, tiny little things, but 9.4.
Not bad.
Yeah. Do we want to hear critics and users?
Yeah, let's do it.
Seth doesn't, but
Yeah.
oh well.
Dude,
Time Out Magazine.
It's
On the critics,
bluebirds.
I've got 5. Time Out Magazine said an empty bag of tricks whose production values and expensive trickery cannot disguise imaginative poverty. I was like, holy shit.
Is that
Jesus.
rude?
That's very rude. Gene Siskel of Siskel and Ebert.
He's starving because he's so uncreative.
Siskel?
No, the last one.
Just Time Out Magazine is starving?
No.
I don't have an
Imaginative
offer.
poverty.
Oh.
He's starving because of lack of creation. Yeah.
The other half of Roger Ebert, Gene Siskel, he did say, basically just an intergalactic haunted house thriller set inside a spaceship, and one of the several sci-fi pictures that were real disappointments compared to Star Wars, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and 2001: A Space Odyssey.
What does that guy fucking know?
I don't know. Why would you lump 2001 with like Star Wars?
Because they're two of the most premier and
2001 is so far ahead
and
of Star
highly
Wars.
regarded
Also,
sci-fi.
So far ahead of Star Wars.
Close Encounters is one of those movies that I feel like I can't get super well. Like every time it
Every time we touch, I get this feeling.
The Close Encounters, I'm like, okay, that one's kind of the outlier for me anyway.
I don't think I know anything.
I love Close Encounters personally, but
yeah,
it's a little bit of a slower burn, more Hollywood.
And I know you're more no Star Wars in general is good.
Star Wars sucks. I am a Space Chimps guy.
Wow.
Episode 4 and episode 5. Episode 4 and 5 are so good.
Yeah.
Not Space Chimps 2.
No,
Not
it's
Space
Tom
Chimps 2.
Kenny
It's Tom
Space
Kenny.
Chimps too, and it sucks.
Wow.
Yeah.
SpongeBob
Roger Ebert, Big Rog, says one of the scariest old-fashioned
From
space.
the Chicago Sun-Times?
Yes. He said one of the scariest old-fashioned space operas I can remember. 4 out of 4 stars.
It wasn't an opera. What an idiot.
4 out of
Space
4?
opera?
He does 4?
Yeah, we've gone over that many times. It's absurd.
Yeah.
That's
You'll lose
brutal.
sleep if you
What a
think about it
scale.
too much.
I know.
It is a
dumb.
space opera.
So it's
How?
literally either a 75% or it's 100.
Yeah.
He does
He just
He does half
stars, whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
So like a 82.5 or whatever.
87.5.
87.5. That's right.
Hey man, more power to him, I guess.
Yeah.
He has too much power.
Yeah. Lucas
Big
loves
Rock.
him.
Ultimate power.
David
exactly
A.
right.
McIntyre, film critic, says possibly the definitive combination of horror thriller with science fiction trappings. He notes that it is a horror film first and a science fiction film second, since science fiction normally explores issues of how humanity will develop under other circumstances. Alien, on the other hand, focuses on the plight of people being attacked by a monster.
He really just gave the synopsis of the movie and was like, that's my review.
Yeah.
It was like sarcastic though.
He's like, you know what this movie is? It's more of a horror than a sci-fi. And you're like, you're right. Yeah. 2 thumbs way up.
You only gave 1 thumb up there, though. Oh, shit, 2 thumbs up.
That's 3 now.
Yeah.
He's
2 thumbs.
the thumb scale is crazy because it's either a 50% or 100%.
Yeah. Well, if
Or
you
negative.
adhere to the 2 thumb people, it's
Yeah.
either a yes or a no for me. I don't do
thumbs
2
down.
thumbs. Yeah.
And my last one right now is by David Edelstein. He said, Alien remains the key text in the body horrors subgenre that flowered, or depending on your viewpoint, festered in the 70s. And Geiger's designs covered all possible avenues of anxiety. Men traveled through vulva-like openings, got forcibly impregnated, and died giving birth to rampaging gooey vaginas dentate. How's that for future shock? This was truly what David Cronenberg would call the new flesh, a dissolution of the boundaries between man and machine and alien, and man and alien, with a psychosexual invasiveness that has never, thank God, been equaled.
I think that's part of what elevates this movie to like awesome god tier status, is because it has that psychological bent to it as well. You can like study this movie for the cinematography, like every other movie, you know, and like acting and all that, but you can also be like, this is also kind of a great text, just like psychologically and sexually.
A grape text.
Grape?
Yeah.
I also forgot this fun factoid that the guy who did a bunch of the designs and like had the idea for the space jockey guy and just like all the weird, you know, pre-production drawings got flagged in transit to like go take them to like a studio meeting, and they like saw them and they're like, what is this satanic stuff? And he was like, you're not gonna believe me, it's for a movie. And they're like,
I'm a big star.
you sure? This looks very phallic to me. And he's like,
yeah,
what they wanted. They want something freaky.
He was a freak.
That'd be a good way to get away with stuff like that. Like, I brought a bomb to an airport.
Well, no.
Like, nah.
This is for a movie.
I'm on my way to Hollywood, and it's like a classic, like the big black circle with a fuse.
It's Oppenheimer, yeah.
Oppenheimer style. Hey, sexy lady.
Oppenheimer.
That's exactly right.
And so that is I loved that this kind of analysis of the movie itself with the psychosexual kind of things, but also brought it up because of David Cronenberg being quoted in there with the new flesh. I was like, Videodrome.
I didn't think
I'm droming here.
Think it was as psychologically thrilling as Videodrome was. I think I gave Videodrome like a 9.2 or something.
I think about that movie a lot, and
that movie slaps.
And Debbie Harry's nipples are in it.
She's awesome, and she's like, she could bite me anytime and put a cigarette out of my dick.
Would she be considered a penis monster?
She's the one that bites your dick.
Yeah.
Right.
But not the one, it's one that Seth agrees to. It's like one of the exceptions.
Yeah. Just a little nibble.
Consensual.
And we are going to finish with user reviews. There, of our normal user reviews that I usually find, there were 40 of them. Like all of them.
I know Little Bluebirds on here.
Oh, for sure. But like all of them were in there with 10 out of 10s. So I had to like nix a lot of them to put in some like random weird reviews.
Okay.
So we didn't have the mundane just 10 out of 10.
Besides our like staples.
Yes, because first off is The Little Songbird.
Of course.
January 11th, 2011. Bethany Cox says. No, it actually wasn't. It was short, sweet, and to the point for her.
She didn't have 7 paragraphs.
She had usual.
1. Very good.
Or there were 2. I took one paragraph out. But easily one of Ridley Scott's finest films and one of the best of the sci-fi genre, Alien is a simply wonderful with imaginative production design, especially and a magnificent score from Jerry Goldsmith. The pace is also right on the money with a purposefully slow build-up. The editing is great. Scott's direction is superb, and the story is wonderfully structured with seldom a dull moment. The script is also thought-provoking, clever, and well-written, while the atmosphere is just spellbinding with a perfect mixture of false scares and genuine jolts. The acting is also top-notch. Sigourney Weaver is amazing as Ellen Ripley, who is not only one of the most iconic characters in film history, but a contender for Weaver's best role ever. Overall, it defines the term sci-fi classic. 10 out of 10.
She got
God's work, dude. Doing God's work. Little Songbird going in there.
Everybody loves her.
Except for Seth.
Yeah, she's my rival.
Next is by Byong Nguyen Stampy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Byong Nguyen Stampy. You know them.
No.
Oh.
It's me.
Yeah, I am.
That's Aaron's secret.
On October 8th, 2021, they say racist, classist, and dumb movie with a dumb twist. The same reason why the Academy has been filled with mediocre cis white men. 1 out of 10.
He blames Alien for the Great Wall.
Mm-hmm.
That's very funny.
Thanks.
Well, I mean, just like the review. That's very funny.
And you know him.
Thanks.
How classist.
You know this guy.
Anti-classist.
I know. I'm like literally, they're blue collar workers, just like
trying to unionize,
hanging out. Yeah, practically. And then they get like corporate jargon to be like, no, let's ruin your life.
You know, all this talk about unions. I think Bricklayers Paradise was
anti-union.
No, it was pro-union, but it took Alien as a big inspiration.
Anti-prepaid union.
What a deep cut, dude.
We've been talking about.
I literally watched it 4 days ago.
What? I don't even know where it would be for me. Like
you just type it.
Oh, that's right. I put it on the internet. Oh my.
It's on YouTube.
Oh my god. My past will never escape me.
Your guys' is way better than mine being on the internet.
Can't find yours.
Well, yeah, but when you could, dangerous. All my political opponents seeing me just name my favorite prostitutes for a skit I did.
Incredible.
Next one is by Snoopy Style.
Oh, that's me.
That is you. October 25th, 2013. 10 years ago, you said, the story is a fairly simple creature feature in a spaceship. Ridley Scott took that simple story and gave it everything needed to make a new standard in sci-fi horror. Before it, the sci-fi horror is the mainstay of B-movie schlock. After it, the genre reached a new golden age. The atmosphere is fantastic. It's going down in movie history. There are some movies that transcend a simple movie, and this is one of them. 10 out of 10. I
love. This movie's going down in history from 2011. That's really very profound.
It's already in history.
32 years later.
It's already in.
So late.
It is very established. You're right.
Yeah, Seth, what were you thinking?
I nailed it. I was right.
Yeah. But your score has dropped 1.2 since then.
Well, it's been 10 years.
Next one is by
oh my god, I'm old.
Svinio Dinio.
That's me.
On Svinio Dinio on May 22nd, 2022 says, this is impossible to watch in 2022. It was tolerable back on the day on a VHS, but has aged really badly.
This would never happen.
Its boredom is only exceeded by the stupidity of the crew. I mean, come on. Even the Millennium's Falcon crew obeyed and applied more and better safety protocols. And one of them was a monkey. 1 out of 10.
He was a monkey.
Any opportunity to bring up Chewbacca and Seth will lose his mind.
So tired of this being brought up to Star Wars.
Aaron, have you seen the Star Wars Holiday Special?
Oh,
Life Day.
I hear it's a classic.
We should do it again and have Aaron join us.
Yeah, that would be good.
Anyway, I'm gonna go watch Quantumania. That's what I can comment. This movie's boring. I'm gonna go watch Tangled. You know.
Have you heard of have you heard of that new film Aquaman 2?
Yeah, this could never compare.
Flash.
Anti-penultimate is by Cosmasp.
Ooh, we know him.
Lucas fucking hates this guy.
Does he? Yeah. Where'd that stem from?
His hatred for him.
Racism.
That's why I hate the little bluebird too.
What was the other one? Just dumb movieism.
Racism, classism, and it's stupid. Also,
Cosmasp on May 19th, 2020, they say, if you have issues with closed space, get paranoia, and have problems with technology getting ahead of us, well, the movie will not do much to relieve you from them. This is a classic and something that, while I heard people call boring, is quite the opposite. Edge of your seat and a cast that is superb, an amazing script, and many things just working for it. There is a reason this spawned so many sequels, and it is also just great to have a female lead that is as strong as it gets. 10 out of 10.
He's all right today.
10 out of 10. She's tall. She was tall.
She's tall. Not taller than me, though.
That makes her a strong female lead.
Yeah.
Only short women can't be strong female leads.
No.
Yeah, tall and sharp bone structure in her face.
You're just describing Nicole Kidman.
Describing me.
Oh. You and Nicole are one of the same. Next is by 39.
Probably not how you say it, but that's good.
39.
39 on January 6th, 2002.
How many birds do you think you've eaten in your life?
39. If you count chickens, way more.
You think
Which
so?
you should count chickens and turkeys.
Who's saying strictly ducks?
Not 39. But on January 6, 2002, they say, this film is okay, but the more I watch it, the less I like it. The film does not age that well. The film must have been a real shocker in 79, but very average in 02. I guess the buildup from Aliens 2 gives this film a big letdown. A creature runs around the ship, and we have a bunch of hack and slash. It is worth seeing the first time, but I would not watch it a second time. 5 out of 10.
After 9/11, nothing really shocks me anymore. gets on her computer, has to type this out, and go. Actually, not very good.
Yeah. It's impressive, but maybe kill thousands of people in a single day.
How many towers got hit? 39.
You know what was scary? Seeing that on the news.
All right. God. Comparing everything to 9/11. This movie was pretty good, but it doesn't compare to the excitement of 9/11. I remember waking up inhaling the fumes and apocalypse.
I had 7 friends in one of those towers, and that was pretty scary.
You did?
No,
or
no. In this,
39.
I was like in kindergarten, and I'm like, I have 7 friends who work at the trade center.
Yeah, sorry, I'm a little stupid. How many friends did you have in the World Trade Center?
Every single one of them was my friend.
And 39. And my last one today is by Harry Plinkett 14.
Good name.
Harry Plinkett 14.
Don't do that.
On July 19th, 2019. They say
I'm being roasted.
Scott is a lousy director, a great visual artist, but not good at directing. Geiger is a degenerate who painted monsters and hellish images all of his life. And the whole horror genre is by and large a part of degeneracy. This film is an effective horror and does impress visually in many ways. It also has a great, memorable soundtrack. But at the end of the day, it's just nasty. And I am sick and tired of nasty imagery poisoning my mind. Shove it down the toilet, 1 out of 10.
And then 2020 happened to that person, and they were like, I'll go watch it again.
They had nothing better to do.
Such a funny review.
They said so many great things about the film, but it's just nasty.
That's a great parody account to be like very...
It's poisoning my mind. 1 out of 10.
Any horror film they see. It's like, I don't like the disgusting imagery. It's not good for me. The movie's great, but...
Anything that's PG-13, they're like, poisoning my mind.
But
if it's PG or G, they're like, very nourishing. Very good.
My brain will
I wonder what they would think about The Last Unicorn.
Oh, that's a tough one.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But that's going to end it this week. Are we recommending this film?
No.
What? Yeah, I was gonna have all 4 of us just say yes together.
Yes. I interrupted you.
You immediately.
Yes.
No. Yes. Of course we'll recommend. Alien is great. And that's gonna end it for the Space Sluts.
Thank you, Aaron, for coming and gracing us. If you ever need a
getting into some monkey business,
any one of us could be happy to join the film, of course.
Okay,
we're all great.
Do I have to cover your room and board?
Do you? Yeah.
I would prefer, but if not, that's okay.
For Brandon, you don't have to. For me, you do have to. I cannot afford to do. If it doesn't pan out, I'm dead.
You're fucked.
Yeah, I'm so screwed.
You're not getting paid anything if it's something that I'm working on.
That's fine.
$0.
Just happy to be a part.
But that is ending it. Next week, Seth, Lucas, me, and Devin will all be under the same roof.
In the same room.
In the same room.
In the same clothes.
Which means hopefully all 4 of us on one microphone, which makes my editing so much easier. We'll all be doing a Hulk Hogan film called No Holds Barred.
Nice.
Lucas, I'm sure you're so excited to dive back into Hulk Hogan filmography.
Yeah, he's a great one, for sure.
It's been over a year and a half since Santa with Muscles, so I am excited to come back into his realm.
Heck yeah, brother.
And then after that, we'll have another guest, Mitch Bone from the Bone Zone. Will be joining us on the podcast for the new Transformers Rise of the Beast that we'll be seeing in theaters.
You remember Mitch?
Oh,
he does. Aaron had his solo overshadowed by Mitch.
Yo.
You told me about that, dude. That's so funny.
Dude, so good. Also, I mean, this is no offense to Mitch. I'm sure he's a changed man now. But he ran over my feet so many times, like on purpose. And it was just like, get out.
You think it was on purpose?
It felt very purposeful. Because he would be like, "You're going too slow." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, dude! Like, what the heck?"
Well, he knows. He knows
knows
the position he's in. Where he's like, "What are you gonna do? Beat me up? I'm in a wheelchair. You never come out. You could kick my ass and have like the greatest fight of your life, but you will never live that down."
Yeah. I would never fight him, but what a guy.
Yeah.
He knows how to play the wheelchair.
But that is gonna end it this week. Thanks for tuning in. Send us recipes, TikToks, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Anchor, which is no longer Anchor, any social media you want. Brandon, Lucas, Seth, and Aaron. Lucas. And we will see you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Tried to get it in.
You can hit stop.
Yeah, that occurred to me like 2 seconds after.
Good show.
Yeah, that was a long one that wasn't like mostly derailed.
Full of stupid shit.
Yeah, I think we talked about the movie for a decent portion of it. Or I have a poor memory.
Ratio was pretty good, I think.
Yeah. And if you've been listening to the other ones, you know how bad the ratio can be sometimes.
Yeah, no, Nick and Nars, I was like, yo, where are we going? That was a journey.
I have to listen to that one still. I don't remember any of it. I was in a fugue state.
That's probably a good indicator.
I'm in a fugue state every Sunday recording these.
So little about
I never remember. I'm listening back. I'm like, why would I say this?
All right, I gotta go. I'll see you guys.
Goodbye.
Lucas, so good to meet you. Have fun at the movie. What movie he's watching?
He did message us, I think, but
he said he was going to a movie at the Roxy at 7:30. He never mentioned the movie though.
Yeah. For you, Aaron, in Audacity, can I have you go to File,
Save, Export?
Yep, you're going to export as an MP3. You can name it whatever the hell you want. And down at the bottom, there will be a quality thing. Set it to extreme.
Okay.
Oh no!
And
I
send
just
that
got
out
your
to me.
new email, Aaron.
Oh, it's all good. File type. Wait, frick. For MP3, quality extreme.
Yeah,
might have helped with the mic.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
No, that's my bad.
Mine was better.
And then
it's fine. Channel mode.
Yep, you're good. You don't have to worry about any of those things. You can just save that as an MP3, and then once that all downloads, you can just send it right to me at that email I was sending you links to.
Okay.
And I'll take it from there.
What the frick? Save already.
It takes a second.
Aaron, you watch.
Okay, we're good.
You watch. I think you should leave, right? Like that's.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that seems right up your alley.
I love that show. I saw him. He is like kind of
Tim Robinson.
I've seen him near my neighborhood.
Mm.
Because it's like a 10, 15-minute drive from where I am, but we were moving into this apartment. And that day I saw him skateboarding, and I was like, yo, that is Tim Robinson.
He skates?
He skateboards. No, you should. He's actually pretty good.
Dang, dude. He's so cool.
I was like, no way, that's him. And so I did another loop. I went and took a side street, like went all the way back around just to see him again. And I was like, that's Tim Robinson. That's him.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, what a guy.
I love that guy. I love that show. I've been trying to get Brandon to watch it.
I am watching it.
He refused to watch it. I suggested it like a dozen times to him. And
just
he
out
was
of
like,
spite of Seth.
Yeah, he goes, I'm never going to watch that. He looked me dead in the face. He said, I'm not going to watch that, just so you know. And then his dad was like, you ever heard of this show? I think you should leave. I think you'd like it. And Brandon goes, yeah, I think I'll check that out, actually. And he's been sending me that. Oh, I hate it so
when
much.
you recommend something and people are like, "That's not for me," and then like a year later they come back on and they're like, "Have you seen this? It's the best."
No, it wasn't because it was not for me. It was 100% for me because I saw TikTok clips of it all the time.
He would send me TikTok clips of sketches from the show, and I'd be like, "Brandon, this is the show I've been recommending to you for months." And he's like, "I'm not familiar. I actually don't know what you're talking about." Recommending me something?
The new season with the Darmine Doggy Door.
So funny.
So funny.
The doggy door.
I have a corn cob TV shirt that my wife gave me for my birthday.
That's awesome.
And I wear it to set all the time. Like I'll go to work, and if people like, it's an instant like icebreaker. Like either they get it or they don't. And then they're like, "Yo, we're buds now," and you're like, "Yeah, we are." And
I didn't do shit. I didn't rig shit. I'm not worried about any of this.
And they're all afraid because we're filming dead people, but it doesn't matter because they ain't got no souls. Blue butt flying out, dude.
I told Brandon he had to start with the first or second season because I don't think the third was as good as the other ones were. But I thought that about season 2 until I watched it again. I was
you were like, it's more digestible. It's like, I'm pretty sure it's pretty digestible. I send you clips from it consistently.
That's fair. The 55 corn dogs.
You know my type of humor. You know.
I think season 3 has definitely been more just like, where the heck is this going than anything else.
Yeah.
Which is like fun, but I still think season 1 is my favorite. The first episode of season 1 still like
it hooks you. The turbo team, the opening the door the wrong way because he's embarrassed,
and then the Instagram one makes me cry every time.
It's like, so funny.
The only one that like is kind of
eating pig dicks with these sacks of shit.
Yeah, I hope nobody gulps us. No coughing, please. Just wet mud.
So good.
All right, who am I mailing this to?
Me. Send it right back to that email. I sent you the links.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh no. It says I've hit a maximum message size because it's 171 megs.
Oh, the meg.
Yeah.
Jason's.
How do you?
It doesn't let you send it any bigger than that.
I mean, let's see.
They'll have to mail it physically.
No, because Lucas sends me one that are 200.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the specific email. Like maybe Gmail won't send as big of links as MSN would, or vice versa.
Oh, you think so?
I mean, you could try both of them. Lucas sends them to me via Hotmail.
That's what I use. I have MSN, but it's Hotmail. Same thing.
I'm gonna do that.
The best sketch is when they're like at a studio and he's trying to sell a demo to these like record producers. Like, we're looking for something new, and he plays this song. He's like, just follow my lead. And he's like singing this song about some old gunslinger that's coming into a town, and classic country song. The other guy's like, and also the skeletons came to life. Like,
and bones are their money. Definitely doesn't count dollars.
They got to pull their hair up, but not out.
But not out.
For another chance at life. It's so good. I'm just going to binge all 3 seasons when I get home. That's what I'm going to do.
Dude, I went to go show my little brother the new season and realized that I got freaking kicked off of my parents' Netflix.
Ooh.
Or because they were like, "Is this your account?" And I was like, "No."
He admitted.
But who cares?
A good soul.
He loves his mother-in-law.
Yeah, because I was like, nah. And then I'm not gonna pay for it anyway. I'm gonna mooch till the day I die. I think I pay for one streaming service.
I pay for several.
Yeah, I pay for one.
Hulu.
I think it was actually Peacock.
Dang. That's a crazy one to be your own.
I pay for
service.
Peacock and Apple TV Plus.
Mm.
And like Dropout I pay for.
I was gonna
Dropout's a good time.
Dropout's good.
I saw Lou Wilson do stand up, and it was good. He's so good. It wasn't I guess it wasn't stand up. It was like a sketch stand up thing where he was a tech bro trying to sell the audience on his new Bitcoin that he called Lou Coin. So it was like a bit. There's also stand up.
There's also a coin.
Yeah, and it was.
That's pretty good. Is he the bigger dude? Okay. I'm just making sure. He is a funny
guy.
The
black one. Yeah.
Oh, he's the black. Oh, okay. I was thinking of the redheaded big guy.
No.
Yeah, he's the...
Him and Raph are the two black guys.
Okay. And Raph was on the musical one with the baseball?
No.
That's Lou?
Nope.
So there's 3 black guys.
That guy's only been on one episode. He's usually not a part of Dropout. They got different people into
the musical one. Yeah. Okay.
It's just doing the little swirly. It's like going to load in, but I don't really know.
If it doesn't, the other thing that you can do is save it to your Google Drive through your Gmail and then share it with me.
Yeah.
And then I'll take it from there.
Okay.
I was thinking about buying, I think it was Apple, for Barry. I want to watch Barry really bad.
Oh, it's on HBO.
That's what it was.
I just finished it.
Because they just had their last episode, huh?
Mm-hmm. And I
watch that.
I hear that, I heard that Bill Hader runs like one of the best sets ever. That like they had short film days. He treated the crew so well. And actually, Ethan, my brother, also lives out here, and he did like a video shoot with some girl, and she ended up getting on Barry, and she's in season 4. And really? I was like, yo, like, is this her? And he was like, yeah, it is. I was like, that's insane.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. What a world. It worked. All right, I'm sending it.
Perfect.
Does it show up?
I'll get an email eventually, and we'll all salute.
No, all right.
The double Hitler.
Thanks for joining us, Aaron.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. This was fun.
A pleasure.
So good to see you all. I mean, it's been how many years since I've even seen you? Like,
it's probably been like 7 years.
The last time we physically saw you in person was when all 3 of us were at Perkins together.
We had the chicken cheese tender biscuit thing.
Yeah.
That's the last time I remember. There could have been times after that.
Oh.
Yeah.
You don't know my life.
I don't know your life.
I think the last time I saw Seth was I ran into you at Olive Garden. We went and got coffee.
Zydeco.
Yeah.
And then we went to Coffee Next Door. That's right.
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah. So that's after Perkins.
That was way after Perkins. Yeah. That was I was probably like 22. I think I'd moved back from Missoula. I think it was after that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was in 17. So.
Yeah. That was the most recent then.
Mine was Perkins with all 3 of us.
Dude.
What's that?
Mine was at Perkins with all.
It was like the summer that we graduated too. It was like a month after we graduated.
So wild. And now you're having a kid. You're married.
Isn't that crazy?
Dude, what a world.
Mm-hmm.
Also, are you guys going to the reunion?
Yeah.
Yay, nay?
Know.
Yeah.
Nay?
I don't have much to show for the reunion, so
you don't have to show. You just go.
I know.
You get
and part of me, I'm always like.
I got it.
On like, are people gonna know or remember me? Should I go talk to people? How was this gonna
Aaron,
be?
you were like the class president. People will remember you.
They'll remember, and yeah.
Well, either way, I still feel like everyone will be like, "Who the hell is that?"
No, if one of us is not going to be remembered, it's going to be me. I did nothing until senior year, and then people were like, "Oh my God, who is this?" Dude. It came out of nowhere. The literal woodworks. It was a great time.
They see Aaron and they're like, wasn't that guy that danced with Megan Byers in the homecoming dance?
That's what they remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you imagine? Actually, though, that did give me a lot of clout. I remember nobody, at least from the lower class that year, they were like, "Oh, dude, that was so cool that you danced with somebody that had like lip piercings." And I was like, "You need to get out more. You need to get outside of your house." But anyway.
Alrighty.
And I'll see you guys later. Happy Father's Day.
Thanks.
Happy Father's Day.
And yeah, talk soon.
Later.
It's been a pleasure.
Bye.